sim coming today, so please be patient with me as I'm not used to signing and presenting, so here we go. This interpreter's not here, so I'll be doing both roles. Now, and of course there's the noise from the construction, so there's that. Anyway, my presentation today is about cochlear implants in children with cerebral palsy by yours truly, me. Now, quick introduction to cerebral palsy, also known as CP. It's essentially where the brain can't process motor functions, like I can tell my hand to move, but some people can't do that, like their brain just doesn't have the capability to do that. That can happen from premature birth issues. Some kids are born way too early and they don't get enough oxygen when they're born, along with other complications that can happen, and that's how it affects them. Severity can range from mild to severe. Mild being like, oh, maybe they have trouble moving their legs or their arm, or, but they can generally still communicate and function like the rest of us, just with a little bit more accessibility and a little bit of differences. Similar with hearing, so it's kind of a spectrum. On the severe side, it's basically where you can't communicate at all, orally or with your hands, or you're essentially kind of stuck in a wheelchair. You need special needs and special support all through your life. It's challenging for some people, but again, that's just a range. In our case, we're looking at more on the severe side, not the mild side. All right. Now, the issue that I'm going to be presenting about today, my ethics and science issue that I've chosen, is that some audiology departments refuse to provide surgeries for cochlear implants for kids with severe cerebral palsy. And that was a problem because conflicts arose between parents and audiologists. Parents were like, hey, we want our child to have a cochlear implant, but the doctor said, no, that's not happening. So that was a really big problem for a while. And it really sparked a lot of debate on, oh, should we do this or not, on the ethics of surgically implanting a device to let you hear. So there's that. And coming up next, we have the opposing viewpoints. What were the audiologists saying? Why were they opposed to providing a cochlear implant to a child with severe cerebral palsy? First off, they thought it's invasive, which it technically is true. It's around under the skull, under the skin. It is technically an invasive operation, not a major invasive operation like, I don't know, like spinal adjustments or whatever. But it was part of the conversation. They said, well, I don't know about that. It could cause some difficulty. It's just an extra challenge that the child would have to go through. And then it was also deemed as unnecessary due to their capabilities, disabilities, to put it one way or the other, at least in this context. Now, because they thought, oh, what's the point? They're not going to be able to talk. They can't sign. And what's the point of giving them if they can't really use it, like other deaf and hard of hearing people do in life, if they want to. In addition, motor impairments, as in movement in and of itself, like the ability to move, could cause issues with cochlear implant benefits. So it was really kind of a ball game where it was really a lot of debate. But that's basically the main reasons why some doctors refuse to provide cochlear implants to kids with CP. Up next, what else have we got? Evidence on the contrary, on the opposing side. Why it can benefit, why not? Now, for kids with CP, when they did get a cochlear implant from the parents' decision, they found that increased their environmental awareness. They could, register sounds. They were more environmentally aware of their surroundings as best as they could. Granted, they don't have the intellectual ability we have, but it just helped them in more day-to-day life and understanding just their environments, and simple as that. And it also gives an additional ability to be taken advantage of because they don't really have, there's not much they can do naturally, so why not give them a little something else? I found out that was a big reasoning. And in addition, it can assist in communication skills. For instance, here we have a communication board, a board for communication. Some who are on the more severe side can take advantage of a board and understand communication, to be able to communicate. Like you can spell out words and stuff like that if they're lucky enough. in some cases, some people will never be able to do this, but it does add benefits of understanding language as best as possible, and in this person's case, you can. And coming up next, we have additional reasonings. There, the previous slide was a little bit more on the scientific, academic side, but here we have a little bit more of the moral side, you know, where it's like, all right, but why? You know, so they have the ability to hear their parents and siblings. You know, say that their siblings are like banging on the piano and just having fun. They get to have involvement in that. They get to hear the sounds. They get to, you know, laugh over that sort of stuff. If they're watching the TV, they can hear it. Even though they may not be able to speak with it or communicate, they can at least get some, it'll make them happy. And studies have shown that they are a little happier when they have additional environmental surroundings, understanding. And it also grants accessibility and efficiency in special education. Some schools have special education programs for kids such as this one with cerebral palsy, that they're able to have a little bit more opportunities to go forward in education, which isn't much, but it's enough to kind of keep them going, you know? And it just increases morale, makes them happy. They get to, again, like, they get to hear their siblings or parents' voices and get to be more involved. They're not missing out on anything. And it just makes them happier. Now, my additional comment is this. I'm sure there's going to be some debate about it, but us collectively as a deaf community, why shouldn't they be able to take advantage of the tools we have and that we take advantage of? We take hearing aids and cochlears for granted as the deaf community. We have the ability to have that additional sense. There's nothing wrong with being deaf or hard of hearing, but we have a choice, and we can have both, and we can make a balance out of it. And why not give them that balance too? We take this for granted, so maybe we need to know, wait, maybe it can help others too. You know, some are less fortunate than just not being able to hear, so it wouldn't hurt. Now then, my final comment is this. Why should the abilities to which we are bound determine the world we witness by sight and sound? Thank you very much. Any questions? Alrighty. Thanks for watching my presentation, and good luck on your finals. Even though there's only one person here.